So the building phase, when you're doing that on purpose, sometimes you forget that you have to clean house, and you do have to clean house because you're constantly putting things in and building, and you don't have a chance for autophagy to happen. It's the breakdown of old cellular material. That's why intermittent fasting is real good for people, usually, if it works for your physiology. Or that's why fasting in general is good, because your body wants a chance to break down old material. That could be cysts, that could be tumors, that could be just junks. It wants to break down waste material. And if you never give it a chance to do that, it's going to keep building up, and your organs are going to get overtaxed. We talked about the liver the last couple of weeks. The liver is one of the first places probably that gets overtaxed without that autophagy happening when it should. The sustaining phase, or the maintenance phase, we talked a little bit about. That's kind of like cruise control. That's when you're going on vacation. You're just not near your own kitchen. There's also a celebration phase. When you go on vacation, sometimes I'm just going to celebrate, right? Sometimes you get sick, because you did that. Sometimes you get hungover, though I never do.
Yeah.
Oops. It's so, there's that. At that point, when you're in a sustaining phase, there's nothing pressing to fix. And if there's no time for anything targeted, then this is, what you just do. You kind of go into autopilot. Try to keep yourself healthy, of course. It's because it's a maintenance phase. You're not trying to, make yourself unhealthy, but it's like the no diet. You're not on a diet. You're just, maintenance. Weight loss plateaus happen usually in this phase. Our attention is just elsewhere. And so that's just the maintenance phase. Celebration phase, let me just talk about that a little bit, because that's kind of like the sustaining phase too. You can do this with awareness. It doesn't have to be a free-for-all. I do this with awareness now. I've had to practice doing that, but you can have fun. Food can be used as recreation. It can be used as recreation. It's who doesn't, you have a party, things taste good. You sit down and you want to eat together and all that. That's part of life, and as long as you're keeping in mind the things that are really going to affect you the next day, and you don't want to ruin, I don't want to ruin the next day because I don't feel good, and you're in control of yourself, then it can be a really healthy time. We're open to happiness. We let go of rules. We just enjoy the pleasure of food. And so let me tell you, I think I mentioned this before. if someone's having a birthday, or someone's having a celebration of something, and there's a cake and you want the cake, eat the damn cake. Because if you don't eat the damn cake, then you're just going to be stressed out. Right. And so if you're and then you say, I'm going to eat the cake, but then you're going to be stressed out about it, your cortisol is going to go high. You're going to store it as fat. You're not going to use it right. And it's not a good scene. So if you're going to eat the cake, enjoy it. So when I eat the cake, I'm like, oh man, that's really good stuff. And I just do it, but I do it consciously. Rarely do I do it unconsciously. It's a choice that I make. And I also make the choice to enjoy it and not demonize food, because you'll go into a stress response. And that's one of the things that is not talked about enough, is that the stress response puts you in a totally different state. If your physiology is in a different state, and you can't utilize you can't digest food correctly. And if you're in a fear state and your cortisol is high and all these hormonal reactions are happening because you're doing something wrong and bad, then that's going to show up in your physiology. And so it's all about balance. We don't want to get hooked on this phase, though. And if we do get hooked on this phase, why? Why is it that we always need to eat the cake? I don't always need to eat the cake. You have to find the balance for you. And if you're making steps in the quote right direction for you, that's great. Celebrate that. And if you eat the donut when you didn't intend to eat the donut, it's like, I ate the donut. All right. It is what it is. It feels so good in my tummy. I might get a pimple next day. Learn my lesson. It's consequence, just a consequence. So, there obviously is a balance in that. So learning to trust our body. So not being in the fear state. Now, being on the no diet, some people can go overboard and then just give themselves permission, let's say, to just think that it's not going to affect them. Eat whatever they want. And I guarantee you it will. It will affect you. But if you're practicing with the no stress with eating certain foods, then I think you're making some progress. So just keep that in mind, that it's a practice. It's just a practice. Most green supplements begin with land plants. PhytoFuel begins somewhere very different. We naturally compare phytoplankton to leafy greens because they are both green, but that is where many of the similarities end. Phytoplankton are microscopic marine plants that turn sunlight into nutrition with remarkable efficiency. They naturally produce proteins, essential fatty acids, pigments, minerals, and other compounds that help them survive in demanding marine environments. PhytoFuel combines two complementary marine species, including tetrasod, a patented strain of Tetraselmis chewi cultivated to naturally develop very high SOD or superoxide dismutase activity. The result is a whole food marine concentrate designed to provide broad nutritional and antioxidant support without artificial colors or flavors. Look beyond ordinary greens and discover what marine nutrition has to offer. Learn more at marinesuperfood.store.